Hey everyone, so I'm sitting ready to do the last few steps of Everest. Let me first start by just saying a absolutely massive thank you to everyone that's donated for these two fantastic charities, NHS Charities Together and Spear Search and Rescue. Everyone knows how much the NHS has been under pressure obviously during this COVID outbreak and how much the support of everyone has been going towards them, but obviously these charities still need help and they still need support and stuff. So all of that money, or half of that money, is going towards that. Obviously the other half's going towards Spear, because at the end of the day, after COVID is over, you know, we do need to be out on the ground, and there will still be emergencies, there will still be crises, and there will still be natural disasters that we need to sort out, and that is what Spear's been set up to do, and they're there to help all those people affected by that. So a massive thank you to everyone that's donated. We smashed target after target after target, and I think our last count was £2,605, so that's absolutely incredible. And from myself and Merv, thank you ever so much for getting behind us. Obviously there's still time to donate if you want to, and obviously you can follow the crowdfunder link on the page as well to do that if you haven't already done it. So I'm going to give you a very quick lowdown, because I'm really hot, of how the route has changed slightly, and obviously the rescue operation has evolved. So basically, I originally did 1,650 flights, but I only counted my up flights. That brought me to Tengboche on the Everest Basecamp trek route. Obviously I'd gone up and down, so a bit of maths, this is going to be quite speedy, just bear with, but basically we'll times 1,650 by 2, that equals 3,300 flights of stairs. On its own, that is 42,900 steps in total. That, times by each centimetre of my steps, which is 18, equals 772,200 centimetres. Divided by 100, that equals the number of metres I'd actually climbed, which anyone who was following that quite speedily will know there's 7,722 metres. So if we put this onto Everest, that means I stopped at something called the Yellow Band, which is just short of Camp 4, which is just below the death zone, which starts at 8,000 metres. So that's where I got stuck. So you guys obviously have all pitched in, loads and loads and loads of you. I think something like 55, 56 people, all pitched in to help me out and get me to the top of Everest. In fact, actually, I've got your names, so I will go and grab your names whilst we're chatting. Oh God! So everyone took a variety of steps. We had different ages, we had different abilities. People who did it on their walks today. Some people went running with backpacks. Other people we've probably seen on the Spear socials as well. People did it in uniform, people did it in different outfits. We had people wearing woolly, like, winter weather gear, so it was really good. Everyone has pitched in to come and help rescue me off this mountain. Sorry, bear with me. Ooh, that was the fastest I've walked since the other day. So a very, very quick shout out to everyone that got involved. Bear with me, this is going to be as fast as possible. Thank you to Merv, James, Peter, Miggs, Manda, Jamie, Charlotte, Sam, Teresa, Paul, Rosie, Amanda, Ray, Dave, Ben, Ashley, Rachel, Diane, Ed, Stu, Nat, Millie, Charlotte, Sharon, Angus, Millie, Ellen, Pat, Jane, Dave, Amber, Evie, Gabby, Kate, Sophie, Chris, Tom, Kaz, Mark, Simon, Charlie, Kevin, Haley, Mia, Callum, John, Tony, Mags, Mike, Chloe, Freya, Steve and Jenny. So thank you ever so much, everyone, for all your hard work there and getting me here. So very speedily as well, I'm going to show you where we've gone through, because obviously we didn't get a chance to show them on the actual route. So this is the Everest Basecamp trek route. Our next stop after Tengboche is Dingboche, which is this spot here. After that we headed up to Labuche, which is there where Merv was for some time. And then you've got somewhere called Gorak Shep, which is this one here. So everyone's got to enjoy the views. After Gorak Shep, we moved on up to Everest Base Camp. That's where I accidentally managed to go past Merv because our sat phones didn't work. And that is the view that you would have at Everest Base Camp, as long as it was a nice day. Everest Base Camp was affected quite badly by the avalanche in 2015, and people did actually die, unfortunately. there. Luckily we were okay with the weather and we didn't have any issues. In fact, actually, whilst Merv was there, the weather was quite good, despite being quite chilly. From Everest Base Camp you move on to the Khumbu Icefall, which is probably the most difficult and challenging part of the Everest trek. Every year at least someone dies on the icefall. It's normally Sherpas, because you've got the ice doctors that go out and fix the ropes. This is the Khumbu Icefall here. Don't know how well you can see it, but it's made up of, it's a glacier that moves down the Khumbu Valley. It goes past Base Camp and further down into the valley. And there are a number of routes that have been taken over the years, and everything's moved now onto the right-hand side of the glacier. It has to be assessed every year because the glacier's constantly moving. So ladders are set up and ropes and things like that. But there's massive crevasses and massive seracs, which are big overhanging pillars of ice, which I can show you some of it there. And basically, they every now and again will move or shift or collapse, and people will disappear into crevasses, never to be seen again. So it's an incredibly dangerous part of the route. After that, at the top of the Khumbu Icefall is Camp 1, which is this. The Camp 1 is in something called the Western Coombe, spelt CWM, and it's a Welsh word. I think it was named by Edmund Hillary when he saw it from a different pass near there, and it's a Welsh word for valley. The coombe acts like a massive, radiator, I suppose. The sun bounces off the sides of the glacier and heats up everyone trekking in the middle, so a lot of people end up trekking in just base layers. When you get to the end, you get to Camp number 2, so you get some nice views there of Camp 2. And then you head on up from Camp 2 onto something called Lhotse Face. There's 2 mountains, so you've got Everest and Lhotse. Lhotse's another of the 8,000ers. There's only 14 of those in the world. And the route to Lhotse Summit is part of this trek as well, and it diverges at the South Col. So you'd carry on towards Everest from the South Col, or you'd carry on up towards Lhotse. And the Lhotse Face is a solid sheet of ice, something like this. So it's a lot of crampon work. It's a lot of hard work as well. Climbers don't like going up this more than once, but sometimes they have to on their rotations to acclimatise. So yeah, a lot of crampon work, a lot of fixed ropes, and Camp 3 is actually built into the side of Lhotse itself. So the Sherpas will go up and actually dig out a space for Camp 3, which is just there. You also, as well, a lot of climbers sleep on a fixed rope at Camp 3, and a lot of them will also start using oxygen at Camp 3 as well, to stave off frostbite and also to help with their breathing and things, because you get apnea at night at altitude, so people stop breathing at night and then need the oxygen to help themselves sort of wake up again. After that, you move on to the Yellow Band and the Geneva Spur, which is where I got stuck. This is the Yellow Band. That is where I currently am now. And this is the Geneva Spur, just there. At the top of that is Camp 4, which is this one. There we go, Camp 4. You really don't want to be staying at Camp 4 too long. Yeah, as little time as possible, ideally. And again, cause that's in the death zone, so that's 8,000 metres is Camp 4. You then move up onto the balcony, which is up here, just there. And then onto the South Summit, which is that bit there. And it's quite cruel because you've been looking at the South Summit for a long time during that climb, and it looks like it's the actual summit. It isn't. You've then got this to contend with, which is the queues and the crowding on Everest that's been so widely publicised. People do die in this queue. There's been quite a few climbers that have died in this queue waiting, some from frostbite, some from storms, some, I think, have actually fallen. And yeah, so you've got to contend with those queues on the knife edge. The drop either side is also about 8,000 metres, so it's quite high. Then you get onto the Hillary Step. These pictures aren't the best, but there used to be a big boulder and a sheet of ice that made this quite challenging. And then after the 2015 earthquake, that pictures emerged of that boulder not being there anymore, and the Nepalese government denied it for absolutely ages that anything had changed, because it's such a famous spot on the route to Everest. Obviously named after Edmund Hillary, one of the first people to summit Everest, along with Tenzing Norgay in 1953. But yeah, that's now a much easier section of the route because climbers don't have to go over that boulder. Then eventually, obviously, you'll be getting to Everest Summit, which is what we are going to be doing now. So everyone has managed to get me up here, and everyone's steps in total are also going to manage to get me all the way back down to Kathmandu nice and safely. So I can get a bit of an evac So I will be clipping onto my fixed rope in just a sec, and we'll be heading down, and then we will summit Everest. So bear with guys just whilst I stand up and get my stuff sorted. You've got to have oxygen on, hence the mask. Oh, I've got some down to get you as well. So, we're going to clip onto the fixed ropes, just here. I'm going to try and show you it as we go. I'm just going to turn on the GoPro, otherwise that won't work. Let's see if we can clip on. Right, so we are ready to go. Here we go. Oh, I stood over the rope. Hold on. Oh god, a lot of pain. Sorry guys. Still lots of pain. Huh? Oh. I can't. No, I can't.
Stand at the door. I promise you.
No, I've got to go back up.
Just stand at the door.
I can't finish it.
Yes, you can. Yes, just keep it going.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Okay.
I've been told I have to go this way. Oh god. Oh, you did not. No.
Well done, Lauren.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm going to come out and solo properly. Thank you. Thanks guys. I've got to go back up. I've got one more flight to do. Can you translate that?
Right.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, right. Thank you. Okay, so slight. I've got to connect myself back on. Hold on. Oh, my harness has come down, everyone. Right, hold on, I'm going to try and do this like this. Oh, ow. Okay. Last few steps. I'll give up with the harness. I feel like it's realistic because of the pain. Okay, I'll give up with that. Almost there. And I did it walking, which is the first time in 2 days properly. Woo! Nearly. At Everest Summit. Let's see if this works. Yeah! My flag worked. Oh. Take this off. Oh. There you go. Woo! Where's Merv? And our view. Hold on, I'm attached to the GoPro. So this is the view that you would get at the top of the world, the highest point. And hold on, because my hands and my legs aren't working. Give me a sec. And that one there, that's probably my favourite one. And obviously, I could not have done it without Merv. Well, I couldn't have done it without any of you, actually. point proved. But I could not have done it without Merv. So, thank you so much to Merv for Basecamp Logistics and all the updates. There will be more to be posted, but I just haven't had the time to do it whilst I've been on the mountain. A massive thank you to everyone for getting involved, and a massive thank you to all my neighbours and Amanda, I think, for organising that. Amanda and Ray. So thank you guys. Oh, I'm going to go and sit down again. and I will post all of the updates from Merv and things, and I'll get some more pictures on. I'm going to do some. I've got another film of this. I'm going to put together an edit from the GoPro with the summit as well. Yeah, and I'll get that on soon. But thank you again. Keep donating if you haven't already. The charities are amazing. And yeah, thanks very much, guys. Cheers. Bye.